All right. We are live. With results from just a few races that I'd like to see today. In Nevada, you got the governor race, Clark County. Clark County makes up most of Nevada's population. Where Petorius and Russell are going at it for the Republican nomination. Oops. You got the Maine governor primary, where it's looking more and more like it's going to be Charles's to lose. You got South Carolina. There are just a few House races I'd like to keep my eye on, those being District 1. We're gonna but what I'm hoping is, we got the two. I'm doing I'm doing all four in Nevada. I'm keeping my eye on because that's going to be. Nevada is a crucial swing state for statewide. You have the governorship there. That's really critical. Hopefully, I'll be able to remove some of these tabs as results come in. Maine is going to have some interesting stuff as they do use ranked choice voting. And I'm going to have my phone just running with all the comments as we're coming along because I really have this stuff going on. Okay, hold on. We've got something that says in Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo has won for the Republicans. Lombardo is one of the most popular governors in the country. One sec. I'm just setting this up so I can see the comments as they come in. Again, I am not able to read the comments as regularly right now. again, as I said, most of Nevada's population is going to be in Clark County. So that is going to be where we really need to wait results from before we can really call a lot of these Nevada races. Again, in Maine's first district, incumbent Charlie Pingree is going to be going up against either Ronald Russell or Joshua Petrowitz. Petrowitz, and it's looking more and more like it's going to be Russell. And both governor races, it is too early to call at the moment. Let's see the House. For Nevada 4, this is the area just north of Vegas. It's looking more and more as it was looking more and more like Snowden. His campaign had sort of just fallen apart. He never really hit more than 20% in a poll, but it was South Carolina District 1 for the Republicans. We're still looking like it's going to be a runoff, and it's looking like it's going to be Honeycutt is going to be one of the candidates, but it has not been projected. From Nevada House District 2, where is this one again? I can't remember where Nevada 2 is. I think this is the one with Carson City and I think it's most of Northwest Nevada, if not most of Northern Nevada. I can't remember the way they have their districts or if they redistricted. I don't think they did. No, it was Utah that redistricted. Excuse me. And then District 1, this is where Vegas is. Has Vegas and Henderson. Clark County is the only one there. We have nothing in from there yet. We need to get stuff from there before we can do this. Yeah. In District 3, which I'm trying to remember how they have their districts. Zip the Dragon says new stream. Yay. District 3, this is also Clark County, but again, in Nevada, Clark County makes up, I believe, over half of the population of Nevada lives in Clark County. So you want to see this here, where you actually have something interesting. Susie Lee has had multiple controversies for stock trading as a member of Congress, as that's becoming more and more unpopular. To have members of Congress trading stocks. I'm going to take a peek back in Maine, and there too that we still have yet to call. For Maine in Senate, it's going to be Plattner and Collins, which that in itself is a story to talk about. This one is just interesting, where you have a 26-year-old outsider in Petrowitz going up against a deep established politician in Russell. This is not really a likely seat that the Democrats can do. Got a new comment. Pretty sure it's more than half living in Clark County. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Clark County has both Las Vegas and Henderson, which are big big cities in Nevada. And so you really, if you want to get results from Nevada, something like that, you got to be kidding. Without Clark County, to know who's going to win, you got to be having something like this 90% that Lombardo's having. Nothing new here. A Maine governor, again, this is a state that uses ranked choice voting, so we are going to be. This is something that we can, that might take a while to get results from. I'm going to see if they got anything from District 4. Nothing since the last time I checked. This, I believe, is their least populated district, which is Lyon County, Mineral, Nye, Esmeralda, Lincoln, and a bit of Clark. But the part of Clark County that's in District 4 is really just the suburbs. And we have nothing in from Clark County anywhere yet. I'm just going to be going race by race, just going back and forth. Again, we've got nothing. Yeah, Nevada without Clark County, the population would be less than 900,000. Wow. Yeah, that really is a significant batch of vote that has not come in yet. It has more registered voters than any other county in the state. So as long as that's going to be off, we're probably not going to get any race calls because of the population. District 1, it's going to looking more and more like Sanford's efforts to get back into politics uh, is back. Is gonna is It looks like Sanford's efforts to get back into politics will not come out. Remember, he ran for president, former governor of South Carolina. Super controversial. Less than 850,000, actually. Nevada without Clark County would have a population of 839,000. Yeah. So Clark County takes up more than half of the electorate. More than half of the population of Nevada lives in there, which is why, again, they won't really make any determinations without it. In-house District 2, Clark County in it, is where I can't remember what this one was. I think their incumbent is retiring. Let me double check that for you. Yes. Mark Amade, who is not going to be running for re-election. Remember, though, in District 2, then, it is the district then, last year where the Democrats didn't run anyone in the district, and instead, independent Greg Kidd was his major challenger, who got the endorsement of both Senators Cortez Masto and Rosen, neither of which are going to be running for anything today because Nevada does not have a Senate race today. I'm going to get more excited when we get stuff in from Clark County because, see, District 1 is entirely in Clark County and has most of the city of again, District 3, the only county, Districts 1 and 3, the only county is Clark County. It's just so big that they have two districts in fully in to take it, actually three, because remember you got two ones fully in Clark County and then yet another district that is going to be almost that where a lot of the population is in Clark County. So we'll see if we've got anything more anywhere in Nevada. Appears that Ford is going to end up winning there. But again, it is still way too early to call. With the results still awaiting in Clark County, that's going to be the theme until we get it. Is that nothing's going to be really happen until we get Clark County. Here in Maine District 1, though, this all of a sudden got really interesting with a race that is now only 66 votes apart in the Republican primary. Patoritz is like a moderate Republican, and Russell, I believe, is the MAGA Trump backed. Here for governor, it is looking like both they're going to have the ranked choice things, but Maine reports by township, which means you see all these different ones that haven't reported yet. So, what's up? We are just looking at stuff from Maine, South Carolina, and Nevada right now. This is actually our second attempt at doing anything. I'll be right back. Gonna go have dinner. I'll be back. Bye. All right. I will see you later. In Nevada House District 2, um, you've got Flippo and Slademeyer, and really, that's the only thing going on with that right now, because that's yeah, that's a little less than 1,000 votes difference, and we're gonna need a lot more of Carson County, which makes up most of District 2. But who's gonna come out on top between those two? Again, you've got uh, District 1. This one District. This is one I'm having different as District 3. I'm gonna accidentally make it where Districts 1 and 3 are to get right next to each other in tabs because Clerk is quite the player in this. We did get a bit more, it looks like, from District 4. Maybe? Did we get something from District 4? Maybe. I mean, if we got anything from District 4, it's just a few votes. Um, yeah, in Nevada, always none of these candidates has always been an option. And one of the things to note about it, though, is in the primary for the presidency last year, Nikki Haley actually ended up losing to none of these candidates. This race here, District 1 in Maine, is one that's I kind of want to see what happens. Not saying either Russell or Pederitz really has a shot at winning in the general, but this is a key one to see in a state as notoriously independent as Maine is, to see what kind of candidate wins. let's see, South Carolina. Yeah, we got a bit more here, and there's really no way to tell at this point between. Let's see, and Nevada 2. We still haven't gotten anything from Clark County. I am trying to check. I've got my phone where I can check the comments as they come through going, as well as have we gotten anything from Clark County yet? And the answer still is no, we have not. We just got a comment. Are Josh Hawley or Dan Sullivan up for election this year? No. Hawley is going to be up for election in 2030. Um, and but Sullivan is this year. And yeah, nothing from Clark. Nothing more. Um, I'm just, as you can see, nothing out of Clark County, and that's where most of the electorate's going to be. Um, Maine House District 1, we got some more stuff. And it's Russell has just been just eking it, just eking out a lead all night. Um, Maine governor, we do have something here, where Nirav Shah and Troy Jackson are, um, they've just uh, switched spots. Hannah Pingree also trying best to make a comeback. Yeah, I do not see anyone hitting 50% in the uh, Republican or the Democrat primary at the moment. South Carolina talk about, and that is in South Carolina District 1. It'll go to a runoff on June 23rd, and it's looking like it will be Jenny Costa Honeycutt. This is what we had been saying all night, is that she would probably advance, and she does advance to the primary. Nothing Nothing new here in District 2. We'll see if we've got anything from Clark yet, which I don't think we have yet. No. Are we still waiting for anything outside of Clark? Yeah, we still need stuff in all these counties here in Lincoln, Lyon, and Mineral. Horsford is probably going to win no matter what, given the demographic of this district leaning towards the Democrats. Um, no, we don't. What I think is going to happen in District 1 is that we just need more. We need more from Portland. We really do, because that makes up quite a bit, although we did just get some from Acton and a few others in Russell. Is advan is I mean when is gaining on portraits. I can't remember pronounce it. It's Petrowitz actually. Uh, right now. This is going to be the one that probably takes a while tonight. Is this one in Maine? Yeah, we got these two counties with, or Algosh, St. Francis without polling places, which means, or no, one of these ones is a tie. Yeah, Aurora Township is a tie right now. But yeah, there's no polling places, which mean that, like, this one I think is the no polling place. And if there's no polling place, that means you got to go to one. Or no, that does have a polling place. These areas of Maine have no polling place, which means if you live in one of these areas, you got to go to one of these townships to vote. Okay. A lot of these places are ones that are really, see, like they're New Canada. You've got Wallgrass. You don't even have 100 votes for either side yet. It's Wallagrass, and New Canada, and see that's pretty much all the votes you can really expect to get out of there, because it's really the further north in Maine you go, the less populated it becomes. Nothing here yet to indicate. I mean, it's not impossible for, well, that may have just made it impossible for Sanford to catch up. Uh, I think it could really just be done with him. Flippo and Settlemeyer. It's clear that it's going to be one of them. It has been. There was, where down is he? Tom Doyle. There was talk about him early, like last year, having a shot at this nomination. But no, at this point, he's down in fifth with less than 1,000 votes. Nothing yet from Clark, which is why I'm not even. I'll show you all, but District 1 makes up that part of Clark. Yeah. It's, you really need to wait for results from Clark County in order to determine a lot of stuff in Nevada. I really, really, really would like to get some more of Mineral County. Where's that one? There. I'd like to get a lot of more of Mineral County in, um, as well as the bit of Clark that's there. Yeah, no surprise here with Lombardo winning. I mean, through his counties like Washoe 91, Pershing 82, Douglas 93, Lyon 91, Mineral 81%. He's in 91% in Lincoln, 81% in White Pine, 87 in Elko. And because the Democrats, Ford does lead all counties, but when you see it, his county number, it's not that strong, which is why we can't call it. It's 59, 52, 64, 59, 57, 49, where he does not have a majority in Lincoln County. White Pine, it's only at 51. And Elko, it's only at 51. So what would be nice is when we get Clark County, and then see 21% when we get Clark County and most of Clark County in, that's going to shoot up to like 80 or 85. Well, the Dragon is back. Welcome back to the stream. Nothing real crazy has happened while you were gone. We'll get to something that happened in just a minute. Here, the Republican governor and the Democrat for governor of Maine. What I've seen different things report is that both are going to be going to a ranked choice voting, which will go right to that. And then in here in South Carolina, the only thing that happened while you were away was, as we had been pointing to all night, having a Honeycutt advance, and then it's pretty much became clear that Mark Sanford's efforts to get back into politics is not real likely at this point. There are 6,000 votes left, and most of it. Where is it? Where is most of the vote left in this? Looking like we've got some in Beaufort. Beaufort is where we're basically doing it, and I'm expecting, with how it's going, with Smith's lead over McCown, that Smith is going to be the one that goes up against Honeycutt and in the general. This is something you guys should probably watch at some point for the Senate primary in Maine, Graham Plattner is addressing supporters. We are not going to tune over to that because we are going to focus on this. But if you want to watch that, I am assuming you're going to be able to find that on C-SPAN at this point. District 2, have we gotten anything from Clark? No, we have not. I really would like to get stuff in from Clark County because not only is 2 districts entirely in that county, it makes up quite a big portion of Nevada's total population. Yeah, nothing. This all District 4 also has some of Clark County, but we're not really needing anything more than I really would like to get more here in Lyon County. I mean, Mineral County. I can't think of any major cities in Mineral County, but it does make up quite a big portion of the district. I don't think Mineral County has any major cities. Okay. Hawthorne, is that Mineral County? Um, if so, that's going to be a place where you really do want to get your electorate in District 4 um, of Nevada. This, by the way, for Maine's first district, you want Portland, even though it only has, as if expected to have about 1,200 votes in the county for the Republicans, you're going to want to have, uh, you're going to want to be leading this, and you're going to be wanting to lead this by a lot more than what Russell has now, um, because or because that is not because Petrowitz's base is where is there? It's Freeport is I believe where his base is, and I think Russell's base is um, here in Rockport. Hawthorne, biggest city in the county, about 3,000 people. And that might not sound like a lot, but let me switch. Let me switch back over to it. Is this the one? 3 or 4? Yeah, it may not sound like a lot, but when you're only expecting about 36,000 votes in a primary, um, Mineral County only has about 4,000 people. But when you're only expecting about 60,000 votes or 36,000 votes in a primary, you want to be carrying cities like Hawthorne. Um, this is another interesting one. Just to see what kind of candidate wins. 4,500 people, so the city takes up most of the population. A lot of those counties have things like that, where one city takes up a majority um, of the population. But the other places that I'd want to be leading if I'm in District 4 uh, are North Las Vegas is a place you really want to be winning, and then Tonopah in Nye County, where we have not gotten results either. You want to be leading in those areas. So North Las Vegas is going to be most of Clark County that's in District 4 is coming from North Las Vegas. And most of Nye County is going to be Pahrump. Um, and so you really would like to see, if you're any of these candidates, you'd like to see yourself winning there if you want to have a shot at flipping the seat in November, which in itself is going to be a challenge. But it's looking like right now that the place that we're getting the most results from are here in Maine. Where the difference in this race has been going from Russell by about 20 votes to Russell by about 2,000, and it's just been going back and forth. Petrowitz has not led in this district yet. Here in the governorship of Maine, incumbent Governor Janet Mills is term limited, where it is looking like both are actually going to go to a run or to the ranked choice voting. But at this point, it looks like for the Republicans, it's Charles's race to lose. Something to note: Jonathan Bush is running as sort of a political outsider, even though his uncle and cousin were both United States presidents. Um, he is running as the more moderate Republican here, and it's interesting to see in a state like Maine him only being at 19%, when there was talk up until recently of seeing him around the 30% in polls, although he did just take a bit of a dive. And then here it's still looking like it's Smith's to lose. And then in House District 2, in Nevada. Um, Here, the city or the place you want to be really leading is where we don't have votes from yet, and that is Carson County. Washoe County makes up a significant portion as well, but you want to be leading in Carson County, and specifically Carson City, Nevada. That is where the state capital is, um, and that is a big population center for this district. It's not a real populated district. It's nothing like South Dakota at large, or nothing like some of the ones in California, which have a much higher population. I don't think it's called Carson County. I think it's called Carson City. The county, it's Carson City, which is inside of Carson County. But I will double check. Oh, it is Carson City. It is an independent city. Um, the population though is about it's a little under 60,000. It's 58,000, and that's where a lot of this vote is going to be coming in from. I also, um, where is it? Is this it? I think around this area of Churchill County is where Fallon is. That is another place you want to be leading. I think there is an Ormsby County somewhere in Nevada, but I don't think it's there. Ormsby County, actually, just looked it up, is no longer exists. And at this point, it used to be Ormsby County until it merged with Carson City. Yeah. So it used to be called until referendum to merge with Carson City was successful, and they did merge. Yes. Either way, the historic boundary it looked like had a bit of Washoe, Carson, on either Lyon or Douglas. I couldn't tell. Um, I'm, but that's where most of the vote in this district is going to be coming from. And until we get that, we probably won't get any result. This looks like it's going to be Benitez Thompson, though. Um, Nothing from Clark County. We really need to get some Clark County at this point. Yeah, here in District 4. You, I want to get more of Mineral County, and I really would like to get that North Las Vegas bit as well. Nothing yet from this. This is actually the same as what it's looking like. Governor race here in Maine is this. That's the big one. Apparently, there is a town called Empire City, Northfield County, as well, which also got merged. Yep. Yeah, that's again. It's not as big as Clark County, but it's a significant population. Ooh. What's going to be really, really uh, key here in we'll go back to it. District 2. Had a is going to be Washoe County, which has both Reno, Nevada, and Sparks, Nevada, and both of which are massive, massive parts of the electorate. Not sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be here in Washoe County with only 52%. Uh, yeah, a lot of these places have unique pronunciations. Is Reno or Sparks bigger? Reno is bigger, but both make up a significant portion of the electorate in this district. I'd love to get more out of Clark County, and I'd love to get more out of Clark County, preferably sooner rather than later. As well, this was about 10 minutes ago, but we just hit the 11 o'clock. We've got nothing closing at 11 or later. But this means that Nevada's been closed for about an hour, and we've got nothing out of two of their districts, and really nothing enough to determine out of the other two. And it's looking like we're going to get a lot of Maine stuff coming in. Yeah, it's looking more and more like it will be Russell, as we are now a quarter of the vote is in. Need the votes to a backlog governor Nevada and vote early, like the 2000 U.S. election. Yeah, I don't. They wouldn't do that at this point. They would never. Nevada doesn't close anything, which is good that all the votes are getting counted. It's not that I want votes to stop being counted. It's that Clark County shouldn't be taking this long. But I'd like the results to come in fairly soon, mainly because I I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're doing the recap. They should be putting things in, and I'm gonna check what if there's anything. I can't find anything about why it'd be delayed. All it says that there's evidently a decrease in the number of voters they're expecting in Clark County. Maybe they're taking a break. They very well could be. 8:16. I want to say it's 9:16, but let me check. No, it is 8:16. So it's still um early for them, but it's for those on the East Coast it is getting late. Nevada counts in-person election day first. Yes, they do. So I'm expecting it comes in like I think they go in-person election, in-person early, and then the mail-in. And so I'm done counting votes from today. If they haven't reported anything, they're probably not. I thought most of Clark County was going to go mail in, but no, they're expecting a lot of the in person vote today. And there's more in person vote. 10:17 for you. Yeah, I know mine says it's 8:18, but on the East Coast, it's it is getting late. We'll see if we maybe got a bit more from South. Okay. Yep. This is what I've been expecting for a while now. South Carolina, it is going to be Mark Smith and Jenny Costa Honeycutt in the runoff, which is going to be held on June 23rd. So, anything? Nothing. We've got nothing from Carson City at this point. We really. Carson City is the state capital of Nevada. And again, where a lot of the electorate is. Not necessarily. Because we're still getting stuff in from Nevada. We just aren't really getting anything in that. Okay, I'm going to switch back over to Maine. I am switching back over to Maine for a moment because they just called that it is going to be held in ranked choice. I don't know what the plan is because I think this is either Maine's first or second time. I kind of want to see what this has to say. Um, Mm-hmm. Last month, three of the five Democrats in the race, Bellows, Jackson, and Pingree, cross-endorsed that they would rank each other at the top of their ballots. And Bobby Charles is looking like he'll. Pine Tree's like for both parties. Yep. Okay. So no word on when, whether or not they're going to count these tonight, or if they're going to wait until tomorrow or until they got more in. Okay. Zip the Dragon might be right, and they might actually be done counting in Nevada because when was the last batch coming in? We go to the big one. When did the last results come in? Oh, yeah. Just a few minutes ago. No. This is another uh, one where I don't think the Republicans really have a shot at winning in the 9%. They should hire AI to do it. Joke. Yeah. No. They really. AI has already interfered with our elections, and both parties have criticized AI in elections. Yeah. Why am I? Apologies for that. Okay. Nothing new has come in from Clark County. Just to show you what I'm. This is the one that I've been looking at on my phone as well, because I'm I'm starting to think that most things, most of these states are going to wrap it up for the night. Um, Again, we've got these in Maine and Nevada. I'll tell you what, if there's nothing new by midnight Eastern, I'm going to call it off. But I'd like to see them start. I'd like to usually see the results um, more in than what we're getting at this point. You know what? None of these change in the next 20 or 15 minutes. I'm going to call it a night. Both wildfire both agree on something. Yep, they both agree. Keep track of Hawaii and Alaska then. Hawaii and Alaska do not have their primary today. They're probably still doing it. Probably are still counting, but it's been a while since the last update for either one. Um, yeah. What is this? Let me see. Alaska's is the 18th of August. And I'm going to do these streams for most of them. Hold on. August 8th for Hawaii. Okay. So we are still getting stuff in Maine. Oh, well, this is where most of our focus is going to be because it's looking more and more like we're not going to get anything more from Nevada tonight. It's like 11 p.m. there in Maine. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's going to be midnight there actually in 20 minutes. Which is why I'm thinking they actually aren't going to do anything tonight. And so I don't think they're going to look for the second round tonight. So I'm actually going to say goodnight. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this stream. I had a great time. I'll see you next week with primaries in Atlanta and Georgia. Again, thank you all for watching. Bye.